How are we doing? How are we doing on this fine Monday evening? I'm just setting up the tweets for the live stream, and then I'll be able to share my screen with you. But yeah, what's going on, guys? Hope everyone's good. Are we all ready for the midweek? The game week 245 midweeks. Who have we got in here so far? Weaselmont, what's going on, mate? Buzzing to have you in the chat, on the stream. How are we doing? Tom, what's going on, mate? Thank you for joining us. Do really appreciate it. Bonjour. I need to scrub up on my French, to be fair. So, but yeah, let's get into the live screen. But yeah, guys, it's been a well. We'll go over game week 244 first, and just have a little look at how we got on there, because it's been an anon. I don't know if I can say this word. An anonym. I don't know if I'm going to say this. It's been a crazy week, basically. I was going to I'm going to search this word up. Anomaly? I think the word's anomaly. Too much of a big word for me. But yeah, this week's just been crazy. I'm doing well, thank you, mate. Hope you're doing well as well. Have you got your teams ready for midweek? Let me know. Nikash, what's going on, brother? Thank you for joining the stream. Yeah, we're just going to go over how we got on. I butchered that word so much. I got there in the end, but it took me like 3 attempts to get there. But yeah, it's been a crazy game week. Game week 244 in terms of under 23s. But yeah, this is my all-star rare team, which this is Mike Magnan, the goalkeeper. Anomaly. There we go. I've got it. I've mastered it. Yeah, Mike Magnan, I think he got an assist and a clean sheet. So he got me 45 as a common, which was very much needed, considering my forward DMP'd, Dominic Fitz. Santiago Simon did start the game, got me a 44. Nico Williams got an assist on his second game for Fulham. Should be 2 assists in 2, but he didn't get given the first assist, so that was a bit frustrating. But yeah, captained him, got the captaincy right in terms of, of all the players I could have captained, he was the one that popped off the most. So we got 88.3 out of him, and then Jean Mario started the game, didn't really have much of a say in terms of scores, but it is what it is. We take it. We've got 214 points, which gets us 0.01 Ethereum, which we haven't won in a long time. We haven't won ETH for a very long time. I might do one more thing. Let me just close this out. I'm gonna send the link to the live stream into my little Discord channel that I've got, just in case anyone wants to join. They might not, they probably won't, but we're going to try it anyway. Just waiting for that to load up, and then I'll get back onto, well, you'll be able to see my screen in just a few moments. But yeah, crazy week. I'm happy that we got the ETH threshold, to be fair. Like I said, I haven't reached ETH like threshold for a long time. I just haven't had the depth. I've obviously been concentrating on under 23 Pro and under 23. Nick's buzzing off the animation. Yeah, mate, we're moving up in the world over here. Don't worry about it. Why is my Discord being so slow. Like, very, very slow as well. This is very frustrating. Okay. Hope that works. Does that work? Yeah, that works. Okay. Sorry, I'm just... Okay, that can go in there, and then we'll throw this in here. Oh, I probably shouldn't have put it in there. Delete message. Sorry, I'm just trying to throw my link about in some Discords. Nick's hogging my the Wi-Fi. Nick lives with me, guys. By the way, if you probably didn't gather, but yeah, he does. So he's my roommate or my housemate even. Okay, almost there. Okay, that can be it now. So I can go off Discord. Discord's done, and we're back. Okay, so back to Sorare data. So like I said, we secured the F threshold, which was very much needed considering we didn't win anything else this weekend. Under 23 rare was frustrating to say the least. So Diaby kicked us off on Saturday with a goal against Stuttgart, 82 points, which was very, very nice. Mount, yeah, Nick is the Wi-Fi thief for sure. Tom says Koku from Feyenoord was yet again good this week. Yeah, he really was, and yeah, I just couldn't compete with the scores that he was bringing in this week because a lot of people do own him, so that was frustrating in terms of 23s. Clayton Itanga, I captained him. I was very, very confident he would play and score, and he actually got ill basically before the game, so yeah, that was very, very frustrating. And then Enzo Fernandez, really poor score. They lost 1-0 River Plate. I was expecting a lot, and yeah, he did not perform. Marcel, what's going on, mate? Appreciate you popping into the stream. Sergio Gomez as well. Anderlecht conceded, so he didn't get his clean sheet bonus. And yeah, his all-round score was pretty poor as well, 42.2 with the XP bonus, and then Diogo Costa, I didn't expect a clean sheet from this game at all. Excuse me. 2-2 against Sporting. So yeah, it's just frustrating that, well, we'll get into it in a minute, but this Diaby score is a little bit wasted, which you'll see now. So yeah, under 23 Red Pro, this is where, Roland, what's going on, mate? Thank you for popping into the stream. It does mean a lot to me. Yeah, under 23 Red Pro. So like I said, it was a crazy weekend in terms of how high the scores were, especially for under 23s, because all the main guys popped. So Vert, Diaby, Koku, Timber, Martinez, Van der Voort, they all just had crazy scores. Gakpo, as you can see on the screen. Nick, I can't sack Costa. He has to stay. He has valuable utility that I need next season. But you are right, he is very much a headache as well. So Nico Williams kicked us off. He got an assist in Fulham's 1-0 away win to Hull, which we massively needed. Sorry, I've got allergies. I'm going to sneeze. Bless me. Okay, we're back. Jesus. Yeah, Nico Williams' assist was very, very needed because his all-round score ended up, at one point, it was actually really nice. He did get a clean sheet as well, but yeah, 68.7 plus obviously the Super A multiplier got us 87.2, which was, you know, I was over the moon with, to be honest. Very, very happy with his performance. And then I think Gakpo is our next player. So Gakpo got us a crazy score, nearly a perfect 100, 93.5. But with, you know, we got the captain's bonus right, 119.2. So we were off to a flyer. Like, you know, like what's that? 200 points from your first two players. There's not much more you can really ask for, right? But in this week specifically, I did need more, because I think the winning score for under 23 Rare Pro was like 515 or something. And then yeah, Yari Visharan absolutely killed me. It was his 100th appearance for Anderlecht. I thought it was written in the stars for him to score, or even get an assist. Not that he knows that I need him to score or assist on Sorare, but yeah, sometimes those things are just like fate. But it wasn't to be. He did hit the post, which makes things even worse, really. So yeah, I was going into Sunday with, what's that, like 240 odd points from Yari, Gakpo, and Williams, and then with Diop and Van der Voort to play on the Sunday. So I was going in with a little bit of hope, even though there was a few teams in the division with like 300 points from 3 players, and that was mainly Diaby, Wirtz, and Mbappe, or a combination of similar players. And yeah, so it was frustrating because I could see that Diaby got me a nice score, and I could also see that a few of these players had already played, and my under-23 rare was dead and buried, so I couldn't help but think, I've wasted that Diaby score. And then, yeah, Diop got a very nice all-round score, to be honest, 61.6 with the XP multiplier. Didn't get a decisive. It was a 0-0 game. I watched it, to be fair. Yeah, he had a few chances, but nothing too clear-cut. But his AA game is nice, as we know. I'm not sure how nice he's going to be with Golovin coming back into the team, because he likes to take set pieces. And then Van der Voort, another clean sheet. That's 2 on the bounce now. 2-0 away at home to Standard Liège. But yeah, it just wasn't nowhere near enough. Almost 25 points needed just for a tier 2. An extra 52 points for a tier 1. So I know it's if, buts, and maybes. But if I did play Diaby instead of Yari Vashan, that would have been 42 more points. So I would have ended up with a tier 2. Which would have been obviously a lot nicer than no tiers, no prize, but it is what it is. Like, what can you do? It happens. I think this week, looking back on it, I don't regret playing Yari, because like on paper it looked like a decent fixture for him, and he's a super rare. But yeah, Diaby has been in hot form, so there is validity to both, or picking one or the other. But it is what it is. It happens. But yeah, a crazy week in under 23 Red Pro. I'm just gonna have a quick little look at what the scores actually were finished up now, because I don't think any more players can play. What do we go into? Rankings. I can't speak today. I mean, I don't know if I can speak it on a normal day, but I'm getting my words muddled up. Okay, under 23 Rare Pro. Wow, it was even higher than I thought. 528. Team Bambi. Bilo had a clean sheet. Martinez 100, I think. Timber close to 100. Koku had 100. And I think Anthony was close as well. That is unbelievable. Wow. That is incredible. 5 teams with over 500 points. That is absolutely crazy. Unbelievable. I'm honestly I'm in shock to how good these scores are. We've amount some unreal scores posted. Yeah, mate, honestly, it's been a very strange week, and we're probably going to see similar things going forward, like a lot more now, because the MLS is back and Asia, and you just don't know what's going to come out of the pipeline in terms of like massive scores and stuff. But yeah, crazy week. So yeah, we left the game week with what, 0.01 ETH, and a very good score of 387 with no prize. But we did put a under 23 super rare team together, like we always do, just for the sake of it. Toblason's second keeper to Van der Voort, so this team isn't going to do anything. But Garcia came off the bench, which was pleasing to see. Didn't really play too well, if I'm honest. Vitinho started the game. Salomikers came off the bench, and Vitesse didn't get off the bench. Roland, it was my first game week, and I got 398, so I thought I would get top 20 in limited. Wow, Roland, that's an amazing score. 398 on your first game week. That's insane. But just 70, what it looks like. Yeah, limiteds are going to be, harder than rares to win right now, even though rares are super hard to win in. So, but yeah, mate, congratulations on 398. On your first in your first week. Let me know what your team was, mate. I'd be interested to see who you had going there. But I'm just going to show you my results in Sorare Mega. This is a new update. I never noticed that before. So we did play against a good friend, Josh Foyth, aka Jenky, and he took us to the cleaners, to be fair, in Mega 8. Itanga DMP didn't help, but he brought out the big guns, the Ajax stack, and yeah, he cleaned up big time. And to be fair, he got a DMP himself, so he deserves that win. Yeah, Roland had an AZ stack. Okay, that's very nice. I'm guessing you had who's the striker? The Greek guy, Carlson, DeWitt maybe. Jonathan B. I've invested in a America D3, but after seeing today, I'm getting scared I might not even challenge. I mean, Jonathan, I mean, yeah. If everyone thinks like that, then, you know, there won't be anyone playing the game. But ultimately, we're all going to try and win still, aren't we? It's hard not to try. I know it's disheartening seeing the massive scores of this weekend. But like I said, I don't think it's going to be that bad going forward. I could be completely wrong, and it could be this bad going forward. But I don't know. I think, you know, they'll do some. I think there's got to be some sort of, not so much a fix, but something has to be in place to where, you know, there's a lot more variance and or even just more prizes. You know, there's got to be something they can do. Roland had DeWitt, nice. Danny with 100. That's it. Pavlidis, nice. That's a real nice stack, man. Well done. I'm proud. Very, very good scores. Mega 5, we did actually get a win. Diaby getting us over the line. Nico Williams helping out against Robbins, who, yeah, struggled, to be fair. Kevin Volland, his highest scorer there. So there's a nice little Mega 5 win. Tom said, do I play Sorare Academy? Tom, I don't personally. I played it for like a week or so, and I honestly just got a bit bored with the, you know, just the layout of it, and it was just a bit clunky for me. But I can see why people play it. I mean, it's free, and you can win free cards, so why wouldn't you play? You know, I completely understand that from a beginner's perspective, but for me, I just don't really, you know, want to be playing that. We did lose in Mega 3. Diego Leite DMP. Which was annoying. This guy had a nice little Monaco stack. Weaselmont, I'm only new to this, only started playing a couple of weeks ago, opted for J-League as my entry league. Weaselmont, I like that idea a lot. I've been holding my Japanese and Korean guys for a little while now, and I'm buzzing for this weekend. I bet you're equally as buzzing to see the J-League and whoever back in the fold. So yeah, very, very nice little entry point that is, mate, in terms of coming into it that way. Hendo gave me a cheeky retweet. I appreciate that, Hendo, if you are watching. Queenie got a nice little team going on here. Van der Voort, Guardiol, João Felipe, Ezekiel Barco, and Rayo Hatate. Very, very nice team there. But we're sidetracking a little bit. Let's have a look at how we got on in the SD leagues and SD cups. So, unfortunately, we lost. James Rendell's made his way in. All right, big dog, good luck this game week. Would be nice if they started adding the rookie cards to prize pools. Plenty of them. DMPs is a shame, but they still have value. What you think, James? I completely agree with you, mate. Anything to like bolster, you know, chunk up the prize pools, whether that is DMPs, whether that's rookies, whatever it is, people are just going to be happy to win something, aren't they? It's very disheartening scoring 500, 400 points maybe this weekend and not even winning a prize in under 23s. But you know, what can you do? It is what it is. It's the game, isn't it? We're not forced to play this game. You know, we've done it by choice, but you know, it's going to happen with the amount of new users and cards and whatever. It's going to happen. But I completely agree with you. James, to be fair, we got to start throwing in the DMPs and the rookies. It has to happen. Weaselman set his alarm for the Super Cup on Saturday morning. Oh, what time is that, mate, for you? Is that like 5 a.m. maybe? I'm not too sure what that would convert to. But yeah, we did lose, unfortunately, to the Doylemeister in the Challenger Cup. Even though Gakpo got us a 140, Gomez just didn't pull his weight, to be fair. The rest of the boys did okay, obviously, Yari being an exception. But of course, this guy had a few Ajax players. flying around. Timber captain Anthony. Verman came off the bench with an assist, which killed me. If he came off the bench and didn't assist, I'd probably win this round, but it wasn't to be. But yeah, it is what it is. We did win the Sorare Data League, which was nice. What was our points? 555.95. Rudy with 547. So yeah, no DMPs for him. Did I get any DMPs? Yeah, I got Itanga, DMP, and Wrench. So considering that, I probably did pretty well. Quinny's popped in. You must have seen that I was on his Twitter feed. You must have heard from the grapevine. But Quinny's made his way in. What's going on, mate? But yeah, we did, like I said, we did win the Sorare Data League this week. That's my first victory, actually, to be fair. And the most important for me was the Sorare Data Cup, which we got a very, very convincing victory in. Basically just my under-23 team, barring Visharan. Yeah, 375.95 points against 159, so very, very convincing win. He did get a DMP though. Weasel mounts up at 4 a.m. Ooh, that is a massive commitment, mate. So yeah, I think it's now time to get into building some teams, because we've got game week 245 coming up midweek. I've got a decent idea, to be fair, of what I want to do. I don't have many options this week. I have a few more options than normal. I've had to speak to a few people. I've got a few loan deals in, so we're going to have a look at what the prize pools are saying first, because it's pretty late now. So most people would have got their teams in. I did not. No, I was only joking, Quinny. I was just pulling your leg, just seeing your tweet out of the stream. But no, I was just telling the stream, well, your tweet just came up and I'll show you, there it is. I was just looking at your team saying how much of a very, very nice looking team that is. But yeah, let's just have a look at the prize pools quickly. So I'm targeting under 23s, right? So we've got 800 participants, 70 prizes, and under 23. What's that? 2-star rares. Ooh, it's getting tight. What's that? 10 or 11 or so tier 1s, 19 or so tier 2s, and then 31 to 70 tier 3s, which you're gonna take, aren't you? It's better than a kick in the teeth. Adil Achuchi. What have we got here? Ishmael Benasur, Tanaka. Yeah, there's some nice boys in here, so we would definitely welcome a tier 3 if it came to it. And then under 23 Rare Pro, only 18 prizes, only 196 entrants though. So yeah, I might need to contemplate here what division I want to really be targeting, because the thing you got to look at is how many of those 196 are going to have 5 stars. I mean, a lot of them might, to be fair, but I've got a sneaky feeling that a nice little chunk of that is just training lineups, maybe 20%. It's hard to estimate really, but that would be my guess. And then the only other thing I'm interested in playing is actually the special weekly. So it's risen now to 160 entrants. There's 20 prizes, a tier 1 super rare for the winner. Rabbi Matondo at the top. Cornelius, 2 ex-Cardiff players there, guys, if you didn't know. Pepe, Marcos Jr., Pozzello, Jordan Morris. Some decent little players in here. Florian, Quinton Merlin, Kevin Cabral, one of Quinny's boys. Bastost. Robert Andrich is a nice one. So, for tier 1s, they're not great, but I would definitely take winning one all day long. So I think we are going to take a little punter at special weekly, to be fair. We'll do it on the lineup builder, but I don't know if it takes into consideration like the current special weekly, if that makes sense. So like, for example, I can't use Martin van der Voort because he's not playing in the Europa or Conference League, right? So he's playing in a league game, so that's not going to really work. So our only option is Diego Costa playing at home to Lazio, which will be a tough game. If I had to put money on it, I think Lazio are going to win, if I'm being honest. Obviously, I don't want them to. I'm hoping Porto can keep a nice little clean sheet. But, it is what it is. Nick says Jordan Morris would be a nice game. Yeah, I would welcome a Jordan Morris to the gallery, 100%, Nick. Okay, so in terms of defenders, we have got a cheeky William Saliba on loan, which we could utilise. We also have an Eric Garcia, which I'm thinking is going to play because Araujo got injured yesterday for Barcelona. Piqué got sent off, but it was in the league, so that doesn't make a difference. I think I'm going to go with either Eric Garcia or Jean Mario. I want to save Saliba for the under-23s is my thinking right now. I'd love for Fana to be available, but he's not right now. He's still injured. I think he's joining in training this week on the 14th is what I heard. So hopefully he can get back ready for, in a couple of weeks' time. But I am probably looking to either play, well, I'm definitely playing Eric Garcia, and I might play Jean Mario. We'll see how it turns out. In midfield, who have we got option-wise here? So we can't play Vinicius Souza because he's playing in a league game. We can't play Enzo Fernandez either. Quinny says Eric will play. Yeah, I am confident he'll play, but Quinny, I was watching your stream earlier. You said you was watching the Barca game. I equally, I was watching it as well. And it wasn't a pretty sight, to be honest, watching Eric Garcia play and try and defend last night against RDT. So, yeah, he's not going to get an easier night against Osimhen, is he? To be honest. Yeah, Garcia was awful when he came on. I completely agree. He was shocking. I'm not going to hide away from that at all. Quinny says, unless you've seen Aurelio, it's fine. I haven't seen anything, to be fair. I saw a bit of a muscle discomfort, maybe. But I'm going to risk it regardless. But yeah, Enzo Fernandez, is not playing in the Europa or Conference League, so he is not available. Neither is Santiago Simon. Suso's a limited, so he can't play in this. So the only two options we have is Fabio Vieira of Porto and Aaron Ramsey, who I know Quinny's not going to be happy with if I play him. Well, actually, he might be happy because Rangers will probably get their asses whooped against Dortmund, to be fair, away as well. I do not fancy them at all. I've heard Garcia is still looking for RDT, mate. RDT had him tucked up in a pocket, mate, big time. But yeah, I think Fabio Vieira is the play here, keeping it with the Porto contingency. And then we've got two options, really. Fatty's out injured. Vitesse, even though Maccabi Tel Aviv is a quote-unquote easy opposition for PSV, I don't think he gets to start. There's too many options back now. You got Ritsu Dohan back, Zahavi, Maduaki, and obviously Gakpo. I just don't see Vitesse really getting back in there. But Apenda is probably the player I'm going to go for here because I do want to save Gakpo for the under-23s. As you can probably gather now, I'm going as strong as I can in the under-23s, basically. So, my leftovers are basically going here, even though Vieira has got a good... could definitely play for the under-23s in terms of my strongest team this midweek, but I need him here, to be honest. So, we're going to go with Luis Openda. They're playing Rapid Vienna. I mean, I don't fancy Vitesse to win the game. Phil Stead joined. Thank you, Phil. I do appreciate that. Don't play Ramsey. Save him for the playoffs. Mate, I hope he needs to save himself for the playoffs. I watched him I didn't watch the whole game, but I saw his cup highlights in the Scottish Cup, and he was just being a boss, basically. I know he was playing against a few electronics. I can't even speak. A few plumbers and Leckies, but yeah, he played really well, to be fair, and he was on set pieces, which I like. Quinny said it's like Eric Garcia was in another dimension when the whole defense dropped back 5 yards. Yeah, he was well off it yesterday, to be fair. I mean, it's not easy coming on as a defender half-time in a game, really, but I'm not giving him any excuses. I mean, yeah, it was very poor showings from him. And then for the final position, it's basically either Rambo or Jean Mario or Diego Leite, but he's been dropped recently, and Sheriff are actually a very decent team. I saw them beat Shakhtar early on in the season. They completely played them off the park, so I'm not convinced that Leite even plays here. So I think my only option is Jean Mario. We've got 3 Porto players in here. I think it's a decent lineup. I don't look at it and go, wow, like this is going to challenge big time. But I think I'll be in and around something, it gives me something to cheer on midweek. In terms of captaincy, I probably have to go with Fabio Vieira in the form that he's in. So that's probably going to be my special weekly team. And then we're going to go over and check what we can do for the under-23 rare situation. So Martin van der Voort is our only other under-23 keeper. They're playing at home to Michelin. It'll be a tough game. I know I've said that van der Voort's got, 2 clean sheets on the bounce. But do I fancy him getting a clean sheet against Mechelen who score lots of goals. They really do. So I'm just banking on probably a nice AA score from Van der Voort. He's probably going to concede early. It would not surprise me one bit. But yeah, there can't be that many under 23 goalkeepers this week. I know you've got Kook for Mechelen, obviously Diego Costa, Van der Voort. Can't think of many more. I mean, Donnarumma's going to be, well, he might be playing for PSG. There's no guarantees there. But yeah, very, very short on, well, I think a lot of people will be short on under 23 goalkeepers this week. So hopefully of this 700 or 800 lineups that are in under 23 rare, I'm hoping not all of them have playing goalkeeper or even a rare playing goalkeeper. But William Saliba has to go in here for us. Are they playing Qarabag? I think I don't think it shows on the Sorare data thing when you hover over it, but I think they're playing Qarabag at home. So you think they're going to walk all over them. Lots of possession. And yeah, lots of opportunity to pass sideways because that's what the Matrix favours right now, right? So, you know, why wouldn't we just go with the grain? In terms of midfielders, we've got three options. We can go with the River Plate boys, who disappointed me on the weekend, or we go with Vinicius Souza. I mean, it would be stupid not to go with Souza, even though he's playing against Van der Voort. I don't really fancy him to get any decisives, and he's not in the team to get any decisives. So he's there to just break up play and be an absolute monster and a nuisance. So we will have to go with him, to be honest. He has to play for us. And then Fati obviously out injured. It says he's expected to return late March. So, you know, we've got a few more months of waiting for the return, just praying that he can stay fit for a little while. But yeah, Gakpo obviously has to play here. And then for our extra, we go, it's either Leite, Santiago Simon, or Enzo Fernandez. Boca. River Plate seems to have a decent fixture here. I don't know too much about the Argentinian league, to be honest. I'm only going off the opposition score in front of me. They both started last game. Obviously, they lost. So there is scope for some rotation. I'm not going to lie, that is coming into my thinking. I spoke to a few people, one being Jenky, Josh Foyth, and he seems to think that Enzo Fernandez should start. We know Josh isn't the manager of River, but he has got some good contacts. So I'm going to trust his judgment on that, and I think I am going to go with Enzo Fernandez. To be honest, even though Santiago Simon did score better than him last game, you know, I'm not reading into that too much, to be honest. But on the surface of this, it's looking like a very strong team. Two midfielders who, I mean, Souza doesn't really get decisives, but his AA score is good enough to, well, he's up there with the best of them. Enzo Fernandez, you know, going off last season, can score decisives, but his AA game is normally good. Gakpo is Gakpo right now. Saliba, we're hoping they just walk all over Qarabag. And if Van der Voort can get a clean sheet, I think this team could do some damage, you know. The next question is, who do we captain? The obvious pick, I think, is Gakpo, right? He has a very nice fixture. You expect he plays, he's captain. I know they could rest him, but I just think they'll want to win. You know, they'll want to get as far as they can in the competition. Whether he plays 60 minutes and bosses it for a little while and then comes off, whatever it is, as long as he gets me a decisive or two, I don't care. So it's either Gakpo for me or William Saliba for a cheeky one. Just watch him pass his way to like 70 points. And then, you know, captain's bonus gets me to like 80s, 90s. So that is definitely coming, you know, into my thought process for sure. But I think I'm going to have to go with Gakpo, aren't I, really? PSV. Quinny says PSV have a big fixture. I don't know much about Maccabi Tel Aviv. I'm guessing they're an Israeli team. Quinny says they're resting no one. That's interesting to know, to be fair. Thank you for that, Quinny. So yeah, I'm going to have to go with Gakpo then. It seems like it's written in the stars for him to be my captain. And then I will field whatever I can of an all-star team. It won't be very good, I can assure you. Saliba, Cody for Quinny as well. Yeah, I thought that would be the general consensus. I'm glad we're on the same wavelength, Quinny, to be fair. Lois Openda in here, and then we'll go João Mario. We'll captain Big Vieira. And that's a good thing about this special weekly is that the XP doesn't matter. So Vieira's got like 3 XP. That obviously doesn't matter now. He's got the captain armband. He can get me 50% more, on top of his normal score, which is nice. Israeli teams just go for it. Generally, won't be intimidated. Yeah, I'm not disputing that. To be fair, I'm sure they will, but quality always seems to prevail in the end. You'd like to think with the former PSV are in, they should walk all over them. But we know football is a very, very strange game at times. So the only thing I'm worried about here, I know I'm playing 5 rares. So, I'm suited to go into under 23 rare. But something's telling me maybe to go into rare pro. I'm not sure why. I'm looking at the 196 entrants or whatever it is. What's it at now? 195 entrants, 18 prizes, or do I go for the 870 cards? And obviously, if you get a prize in under 23 rare pro, you're minimum getting a tier 2, which is nice. Obviously, under 23, you get a tier 3 as a minimum. But yeah, I don't know. But then I got to think I am going to be coming up against some nice teams with 2 super rares in this division. And if there's more than 18 of them, then I'm out of the prizes, right? So I've probably just got to play it safe and go with the under 23 team. James said, would imagine plenty of corners for Marseille. Good chance for Saliba decisive at the other end of the pitch. That's very true, James. I didn't really think of that. Especially with Payet's delivery as well. He just puts on the money every time. Quinny says, yeah, exactly. PSV for the win, but they won't take it lightly. Hopefully just a lot of possession for PSV, and then hopefully they can just break them down. Gakpo on corners is what we want to see. Yeah, we'll play the team in under 23 rare. I think that's where our best chance is. We're not having to come up against any super rares, and we've got some big players here. We've got some really big players. If they can perform, then we could be in the money here, guys. We could now go over. I don't think Sorare Data is doing. No, they're not doing anything midweek. Let's go over to Sorare Mega and start throwing a few teams in here. Do we have enough players to get a cheeky Mega 8 out is the question. Who's got the better fixture? I'd have to say Van der Voort there, to be honest, over Costa. Got some nice options here. We go Saliba. We'll go Eric Garcia. We'll give him a chance after yesterday. Vinicius Souza, Fabio Vieira, and Enzo Fernandez. And we'll go Cody Gakpo and Luis Openda. That is actually a decent Mega 8 team, That's not bad at all. We'll give that a little confirm. Hopefully that can get us a little podium position. I don't think we got enough players for Mega 5. What can we do for Mega? Do we have it? No, we don't, to be fair. Oh, actually, 1, 2, 3. No, not. I mean, what's it going to hurt? We might as well. We'll go Diego Costa, João Mario, Santiago Simon. We'll go Mr. Aaron Ramsey, the boy. And we'll play Jorge Vertessen, just in case he comes off the bench and pops. It's definitely worth the risk. I mean, I'm not wagering these cards in any way. It's just a free third-party game, so it's not much on the line, really, to be honest. Although you can win a lot of nice prizes in here. I'm not going to dispute that. But yeah, what's that? 1,200 entrants in Mega 5, 688 in Mega 8. So, yeah, guys, that is the lineup building them for this video. I was probably going to have a little look forward to next weekend's games. Can we change this? Is that going to be 22? Might not be ready yet. Okay, it is ready. Game week 246. I didn't want to look too deep into it, but there's just so many games to look forward to this weekend. Obviously, with the Asian leagues back, I'm honestly so buzzing to see that back. So we've got Austrian Bundesliga full fixture, Belgian League full fixture, Eredivisie, the Super League. Oh, that's interesting actually, because I do have a super rare Lucas Anderson that plays for Aalborg. He's been injured for a long time, which I'm very excited to see if he's going to get back into the fold. We've got Turkish League full fixture, Championship, Fulham at home to Huddersfield. I like the look of that a lot. Premier Liga, Portuguese, Porto away. I think that's a decent fixture for Porto, so hopefully Costa can get me a nice little clean sheet there. The Scottish Premiership, how can I forget? I haven't spoken about the Celtic drama. I don't know how I'm going to find this. Quinny, how am I going to find the photo of the Celtic player in the Sorare Celtic? I'm just going to type that in and see what comes up. There it is. So, for whatever reason, Sorare have minted 2 cards of one of the new Japanese boys that played for Celtic, basically, that shouldn't be on there. So someone's messed up somewhere. So that probably tells us the Celtic are definitely joining Sorare, or have already joined Sorare, which is very, very exciting, I think, for Quinny and Co and all the Scottish lads. Me and Phil are hoping that the Welsh Prem gets added. That would be interesting if it did. I mean, it's not a pro league, is it? So, yeah, I guess it's I mean, they probably wouldn't be able to. I mean, nah, they wouldn't. Opta don't go to Welsh league clubs. We know that, Phil, don't we? But yeah, who's Celtic playing this week? Dundee at home. What's wrong? All right. 2 seconds, lads. Yes. Well, my housemate had to move my car, so yeah. Sorry, I was absent for the last 5 seconds. Who we got? Celtic at home to Dundee. Sounds like a nice fixture. We've got the Swiss League, FC Sean at home to Zurich. Serie A, we've got some big games here. Lazio away. Inter at home to Sassuolo. Fiorentina, Atalanta. Milan away. Roma at home to Verona. That's a nice game. Jesus, there's so many games this week, guys. Wow. So many dilemmas in terms of team decisions. Who have we got? Lyon away, Rennes at home. Who are PSG playing? PSG away to Nantes. That's not an easy game by any means. Excuse me, La Liga. What are we looking at here? Real Betis at home. Quinny, I saw you picked up that Eunice. Is it Eunice Ual, or however you pronounce it? He was an old Football Index holder of mine, to be honest. Nice little confession there. I was on the UL train at one point, but he's been scoring big goals recently, to be fair. Who's this? Barca away to Valencia, Sevilla away, Real Madrid at home to Deportivo. That's a big game for the Real Madrid stacks. Barca playing? Yeah, Barca away to Valencia. Premier League. Nobody really cares about the Premier League, do they? Right now, until they get onboarded. Liverpool at home to Norwich, though. That's one for the YNWA contingency. Bundesliga. Leipzig. Bayern at home to Foyth. Wow, they need to redeem themselves big time. Back when he was at Villarreal and Scrony, yeah, mate. To be fair, I saw some potential in him, to be fair, back then, but yeah, like you said, he wasn't a starter. He was in and out, wasn't scoring, but yeah, I think you've caught him at a nice time, to be fair. He's the main man at Getafe right now, so Dortmund Gladbach will definitely have goals in it, I can assure you. And here we go, the J League is back. Hiroshima versus Tosu, Osaka versus Kashima Antlers, Shonan at home to Reysol. My Tani is going to be used in that game. Hopefully he can get me a nice little clean sheet. First game of the season. Yokohama versus Osaka, that'll be a big game. Kobe away. Shimizu Pulse at home. Some big games in the J League. I'm excited to see what happens there. The K League as well. There's a few fixtures there. Argentina, who are River Plate playing? Away to Newell's Old Boys. Okay, Jesus, guys. I cannot believe how many games there is. And then the Mexican League. And then what's that? CONCACAF Champions League, New England Revolution. And then obviously the week after this, we've got the MLS back, which is very, very exciting. I am going to try and get to a match next weekend. Well, yeah, next weekend? Yeah, next weekend when the MLS is back. I don't know whether to go to Nashville or Charlotte FC. They're the two closest grounds to where I live. So, yeah, that would be probably on the cards. Cheeky little match day vlog. That would be very, very fun to do. The prize pools are already done. Quinny, what do you think? Do you think this is finalised? I know they're still preparing the game week and stuff, but is this final? 207 cards in All-Star Pro is a lot. That is a lot of cards to give away. 118 under 23 is a decent amount, but 14 under 23 Rare Pro is just not on, I don't think. This might not be final, so don't quote me on what I'm saying here, but that doesn't sound too impressive if I'm honest. But I could be completely wrong. Let me know if you think otherwise. The special weekly, what's the special weekly? Maximum last 5 games, that could change though, I don't think that's final. What's the Super Rare Under 23 looking like? 22 prizes, because I'm going to probably try and get a team out for this. Let's see who my boys are right now. Could go Kosei Utani. Who could we go Super Rare wise? We could go Nico Williams. We'd have to go Daiki, the boy. This is where I'm getting a bit touch and go is my strikers. I might have to play a good rare striker, to be honest. We could play, well, no, we can't play. Jung Sang Bing hasn't been on the bench right now for Grasshoppers, so that doesn't look great. Vitesson isn't going to play, let's be honest, and Lahaji's been out injured as well, so we're probably going to have to play a rare forward in under 23 Super Rare this week, unless we can get something going elsewhere, like trade wise or something. But yeah, I don't know if I'm feeling this under 23 Rare Pro, Quinny. What if you're still here? What are you thinking about this? I don't like the look of this at all. 40 prizes. How have they worked this out, man? There's so many more games this week. There was so many more games last week, and the prizes went down. So at least they've gone up, but they've only gone up by what, 5 prizes? Yeah, it's not looking good, guys. I'll be honest. It's looking a bit dicey. Vandervoort got a tough fixture away to Anderlecht. So it's probably Diego Costa time this weekend. Yeah, very interesting. I mean, like I said, this might not be final, so whatever I'm saying here could be, rubbish. But it doesn't look too enticing, to be honest, right now. But let's just go back and see our 2 teams. Well, we've got 2 teams. We haven't done our All-Star team yet. I've completely been off track. Neuer is my only common keeper that's playing, but he's not playing because he's injured right now. So that's not going to count for much. Diego Leite, like I said, probably doesn't play. Obviously, Fatty's injured, so this is just a complete throwaway team. Ramsey might come on. Simon should start. Leite probably doesn't start, but could. So we'll captain Simon, even though his XP is horrendous right now. And we'll see what happens. We might scrape ETH. We probably won't, if I'm completely honest. Quinny's not checked. Well, Quinny, it doesn't look too good, to be fair, from what I just looked at then. But like I said, it might not be final, to be honest. But 40 prizes for the under 23 Rare Pro just doesn't seem right, does it? Like midweek, like if you look at it this way, right? Under 23 Rare Pro, 18 prizes. Look how many teams are playing this week. It's still a decent amount, right? But a lot of those teams don't even have under 23 players playing for them, right? So you can void like nearly 50% of them. And then if you look at the weekend's games and the prize pool, it's just not really adding up. Like I said, it might not be final, and if it's not, then I'll eat my words. But it it doesn't look great right now. 40 prizes. And the amount of teams. I know it doesn't just go off teams, but like, come on now. Surely, I don't know. That doesn't really make much sense to me. But, you know, it doesn't have to make much sense to me because I'm not the one that's, you know, building these things and testing them. So I'm in no position to really say much. But let's just go over our 2 teams. So we've got our under 23 team: Martin van der Voort, William Saliba, Enzo Fernandez, Cody Gakpo, and Vinicius Souza. And then we're going for the special weekly, which I never ever do: Diego Costa, Eric Garcia, Fabio Vieira captain, Lois Openda, and João Mario to finish off the Porto contingency, guys. I'm probably going to leave the live stream there. There's not much else really to go over. I do really appreciate you watching, guys. If you do leave a like on the video, the live stream, whatever you want to call it, that would mean a lot to me. And yeah, see you guys on Thursday. The live stream will be a lot sooner, a lot earlier for you guys. Probably start it around like 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. UK time rather than like 11:15 like I did today. So I do appreciate you guys staying up this late if you are in the UK or even in Europe. I know it's late for you guys, but no excuses if you're in the US, to be fair, unless you're still working for whatever reason. But yeah, guys, I do really appreciate you popping in. Like I said, leave a like on the video if you've enjoyed, and I shall see you guys in the next video.